One, and I welcome all of you to online study for you, a complete placement solution. A very good evening to all of you. My name is Pratik Sirvastava, and today we are going to solve Accenture question. And this exam has been conducted on 9th of May 2024. So now before we go and solve the question, so one question is there for you. So this question you please solve, and then the next question I will be solving it here, right? Okay. So let us start. So let me know your answer in the comment section. So we have number series. So 936, 819, 702, 585, and then we have 351, right? Okay, so now you have to solve this particular problem. So see, Ansi Jan, so 23 table, it's not easy to get that if it is 23 table or which particular number table is there, right? So number series question don't do like this. So you can easily get the difference, right? So 16 minus 9 is 7 and 1 1, right? Here also, so it is 7 1 1. Here also it is 7 1 1. So the next difference would be also 117. That's all you will be able to get the answer. 15 minus 7 is 8. So 468 will become the correct answer for this particular problem, right? Okay. So 15 minus 7 is 8, and then here it will be 7 minus 1 is 6 and 468. Friends, in Accenture, basically what happens? So if you write the Accenture examination, then the topics will be cognitive. So cognitive, basically cognitive test will be there. Cognitive test will be there. And in cognitive test, you will be only having reasoning. So you will be having only reasoning. So in reasoning, you will be having topic like number series. Okay. So we will solve at the end of the video. You will be able to know. You will be having question from direction. You will be having question from figure based. Okay. You will be having questions from blood relation. I mean blood relation, right? So these are the questions which you will be getting in Accenture, right? So at the end of this video, you will be able to know, right? And anyway, the complete information about the Accenture content, you can get it from here. The link is there in the description. Cognitive assessment. So what all things will be asked? Classification, arrangement, blood relation, coding, decoding, critical reasoning, data sufficiency, figure based problems, direction, non-verbal, puzzle, syllogism, sitting arrangement, ranking test, counting figure problems, number and letter analogy, and number series. So these are the topics which you will be getting in Accenture, right? Okay. So friends, if you really want to crack Accenture with 10 mock test series and with all previous year questions, you will be getting it from the link, and that link will be there in the description. Anyway, now, so can you please try to solve question number 1? So P is the mother of Q and R. S is R's mother. T is P's father. Which of the following statement cannot be true? Is mock test is necessary for Accenture? Mock test is not necessary. If you don't write the mock test, nothing is going to happen. But if you don't write the mock test, you will not come to know if your system has any issues. And your system has any issues, and during the Accenture exam, so if you face any issues, nobody will support you. So nobody will support you, right? So it's always better, please write the mock test, and based on that mock test only, your system, you will come to know that if your system has any issues or not. Okay. Now next question. So P is the mother of Q and R. S is the mother of R. T is the father of P. Which of the following statement cannot be true? Now can we get the answer here? So can we get the answer here? So P is the mother of Q and R. Okay. So P is the mother of Q and R. S is, okay, so there is no, P is the brother of Q and R. So there is a small mistake is there in the question. So you could see P is the brother. So P is the brother of Q and R. Now you will be able to solve. It's a very simple question. So P is the brother of, Q and R, right? So P is the brother of Q and R. S is the mother of R. S is the mother of R, and T is father of P. and T is father of P, right? T is father of P. Now, if we'll try to see here, so which of the following statement cannot be true? So T is Q father. So T is father of Q, that is true. S is P's mother. Yes, S is mother of P, correct. Q is T son. Friends, Q, the gender is not known. So Q, the gender is not known. So if the gender of Q is not known, that means you will not be able to tell, right? If it is definitely true or not, right? And then T is S husband. So definitely if S is mother and T is father, that means both will be husband and wife. So first, second, and fourth is definitely true, right, is definitely true. And if you'll see this one, right, if you'll see this one, so this is Q is T sons. So this might or might not be true, because the gender of Q might be male or female. Okay, I hope this is clear. And see, yes, there was a small mistake in the question that has been corrected. Now question number 3. So question number 3 you will be quickly able to solve, I know. So find the missing term here. So find the missing term here. So 21, 31, 41, 51, 61. See, there are many questions. There are many questions which is coming very, this thing. So very, very easy. So this you will be able to easily tell, right? Okay. So 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, and then 71 and 81. So option this will be the correct answer. Okay. Now next. Next is again number series question. Friends, the questions are easy. Okay. So you don't have to worry at all. Questions are easy. So please don't worry much about that. Now we have find the missing term. We have 34. We have 51. We have 68. We have 85. We have question mark, and then we have 119. Now can you please try solving this? Okay, so 34, 51, 68. Sir, is this actual Accenture exam? You see the date, no, 9th of May 2024, right? So these are the Accenture questions only. So this is how this is Accenture exams are happening and the questions are coming. So this is the actual questions of Accenture, and this is recent question. So 9th of May 2024 this exam had happened. Okay, and I can also show you. So first answer this, and then I can show you. So all the slot questions we have it. Probably I could show you here, right? So you can see, right? So these are the Accenture questions only. Are you able to see, right? So these are the Accenture questions only which has been collected. Okay. Now, so here if you'll see the this thing, so 11 minus 4 is 7, and 4 minus 3 is 1, 17, right? And what is this here? So 6, 17. And what is this? 17. So next will be also 17. So it is nothing but 90, 102, right? 102 will be the correct answer. Option B will be the correct answer for this particular problem. Now next question. So question number 5. This is a direction question. And let's see how many of you are able to solve this. Okay. So during sunrise, Mahesh began walking, keeping his back to the sun. After a while, he turned left, then right, and then to the left. He is in which direction according to the starting point? Now, let me see how many of you are able to answer this particular question. Okay, so now let me see how many of you are able to solve this particular question. Okay, so during sunrise. So, friends, sunrise will be in which direction? Sunrise will happen in which direction? Sir, it is east direction. And sunset, sir, sunset will be in the west direction. Okay, now. So, now friends, one thing which you know that your direction will be always represented like this: north, east, south, and west, right? So this you always have to keep in mind, then only you will be able to solve. Now, so sun rise happens in east, but this particular person is walking keeping his back to the sun. See, if he'll keep his face to the sun, that means he is going east. So if a person is there, right? So if he's keeping his front right towards the sun, that means he is going to the east direction. Now his back is there in the direction of sun. His back is there in the direction of sun. That means he was going which direction? Sir, he was going west direction. That means, sir, he was going west direction. Okay, fine. After a while, he turned left. Now, friends, so left and right, I have already taught you how can you decide. So put your pen point here, clockwise. So clockwise will be right, and anti-clockwise will be left, and anti-clockwise will be left, right? And anti-clockwise will be left. So definitely left means he is going down. Okay, going down. So after a while he turned left, and then right, and turned to the left, and then again after a while he turned left, then right. So right means where? This side. Okay, so put your pen point here. Clockwise direction means right, anti-clockwise means left, and then again turn to left, and then again turn to left. He is in which direction? From the starting point. Now my starting point is this. So from the starting point, if you'll see, it will be southwest. It will be southwest, and option C will become the correct answer for this particular problem. Now one of the student, so Jiraya said that answer is southwest, correct. Gokul is telling northeast. Northeast is wrong. So southwest will be the correct answer. And many of you are not even able to solve, right? So there are many students who are not even able to solve. Please. Now, next question. So even from the coding decoding, the questions are not coming very, very tough, right? But you can't say again like every time the questions will be easy. So we need to take care of all those things, right? Okay. So can you quickly please solve this? Okay, so this is very, very easy. I know everybody will be able to solve this. Okay, done. Now, so if laptop is coded as, okay, so if laptop is coded as, so if laptop, I hope you are able to see. If not, then I will write down here. So if laptop is coded as MBQ, UPQ. Okay, now, so here you can see this is plus 1, 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 right? Okay. Then how mobile will be coded as? So again plus 1 plus 1. So M plus 1 will be N, O plus 1 will be P, B plus 1 will be C, I plus 1 will be J, L plus 1 will be M, and E plus 1 will be F. NPC JM, NPC, right? So NPC JMF. So don't mark in hurry, right? So please check the option properly and then you please mark. So here option D is the correct answer for question number 6. Clear for everyone? Guys, also do like the session. I know there are only few people who are attending and they have exams on 17th and 18th, right? So that's the reason we are doing this particular session. Okay, now next is we have 184, we have 161, we have 138, we have 115, and then we have 69. Okay, now can you quickly tell the answer? Yes, so the exam will be on 17th of May or it will be on 18th of May, right? So the exam will be on 17th of May for many of the people. So please start your preparation, keep your preparation. Okay, now, so can you please solve this question? Okay, so 184. Now let us try to take the difference. So 4 minus 1 is 3. and 8 minus 6 is 2, and 11 minus 8 is 3, 5 minus 3 is 2, 8 minus 5 is 3, and 13 minus 11 is 2, 115 minus 23, so it is 2, it is 9. Okay, so 92. So 92 will become the correct answer for this particular problem. Clear? Okay, fine. Now question number 8. So question number 8, please spend some time and try to solve this. So Alice, Bob, Carol, Dave and Emma are seated in a row of chairs facing forward. Alice is this. So who is sitting between Dave and Emma? So who is sitting between Dave and Emma? So that you need to answer. Okay. Okay. So what is the answer? So Bob B. Okay. So five friends. Alice is sitting to the immediate left of Dave, right? So let us make one five places here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So Alice is sitting to the immediate left of Dave. Okay. Fine. Carol is sitting to the immediate left of Emma and on the right end. So this is our right end. Okay. This side our right and this side our left. Okay. Now, so Carol is sitting to the right end. Okay. And Carol is immediate right of Emma. Carol is immediate right of Emma. Then Bob is second to the right of Alice. So definitely Bob I'll have to put it here and Alice here. Then only 1 and 2 second right. There is no other options available to us. And then Dave. So Dave is remaining. So Dave we will put it here. Now they're asking who is sitting between Dave and Emma. So Dave and Emma B, that means Bob. So Bob is sitting right. So option 2 will be the correct answer for this particular problem. Okay. Now question number 9. All latest questions are there. 9th of May 2024. Now if economy, so now if economy is coded as VXL MLNB, then how history will be coded as? Then how history will be coded as? Can you please answer and tell me what will be the answer? So can you please solve and tell me what will be the answer? Okay. So please try to solve. So this is a coding decoding problem, right? So this is a coding decoding problem. Okay. Anyone? Did anyone solve? Third option. Somebody is telling third option. Ansi Jan is telling third option. For which role we are going to write exam? PDA or SASA? Opposite in alphabetical logic. See, Anu, Harika, forget about for which role. Right now you prepare and then write the exam. So now basically friends, this is nothing but the opposite alphabets, right? So I have already taught you, right? If you remember, so electric vehicle, right? So opposite of E is V. Cox, opposite of C is X. Love, opposite of L is O. Man, opposite of M is N. Then opposite of L is O. Opposite of M is N. Opposite of B, boy. So BOY. Okay, now. So again, so now here if you'll see high school, right? And then Indian Railway, High School, then Grand Tank Road, Love, Love, Indian Railway, and then comes boy, right? So this particular SRHGLIB. So whatever Ansi has given the answer is perfectly correct. So SRHGLIB is the correct answer for the question number 9. Now question number 10. So your Mac will sleep soon unless plugged. So battery is not there guys much. So kindly try to solve. Okay. Okay, so can you please solve this? Okay, so what is the answer? So north, north, north. Okay, now. So Sikha started heading north to south. Now, friends, so if you remember the diagram which I taught you some time back, right? So this will be north. This is a fixed diagram. So this will be a fixed diagram. It will be always same. So north, east, north, east, south, and west. Okay, now. So what is happening? So Sikha started from north to south like this. Okay. Then she made a right angle turn and then a further right angle turn. So friends, either she goes right or left. If you are taking a total of 180-degree turn, then it will be nothing but this direction, opposite, right? So basically, Sikha might have gone 90-degree angle this, and then again 90-degree means this, okay? Or she would have gone to this direction, so this and this. So in any case, if you are taking a 90-degree turn, then you will be able to go north, right? So option C will become the correct answer. So Balaji, if you take the course now, you will take 2 to 3 days to complete. Okay. So 2 to 3 days to complete quickly. It is a crash course. So it is given in that format only. Okay. Especially the PYQs which we have solved there. So that will be very, very important because from basic to high level of the question has been solved there. Now, so this is one good question. Now let us see how many of you are able to solve. Can you quickly try this out? So because here you have to go reverse. So Preeti started from point A. After walking for some time, she turned to her right and continued walking. Then after some time, turned to her right again. Now walking for some distance, she turned to her left. And after this finally to her right. If now she is walking in the west direction. So now if we'll try to see, so finally her direction is what? So finally her direction is west. So basically we have to trace it back, right? So this is little tricky question. Okay. So this is literally a little tricky question. So now her final direction is nothing but, so if now she is walking in the west direction, so her final direction is west. Okay. Then we have to find out in which direction did she start her journey from point A. So now let us go back. So then she turned to her left and after this finally turned to his right. So now finally she has turned to her right. Then she would have going into which direction? North, east, south and west. north, east, south, and west. Okay, so she would have going to south, and then only right direction will be nothing but west. Okay, fine. So this we have done. Okay, and before turning to his right, she had turned left. Now, so if you are in this direction, right? If you are in this direction, then only see your right will be what? So put your pen point. Clockwise will be right, and anti-clockwise will be left. So we are tracing back. So here she would have been in, here she would have been in which direction? West, and then took a left, went to south, and took a right, and now it is in west. Okay, now again go back, and then so and sometime she has turned right again. Now so here if you want to tell right, right means definitely it will be south, then only right will be in this direction. This is also done. Okay, so she turned to her right and continued walking. So definitely she will be in this direction, and then only right will be clockwise. So basically at point A she was in east direction, then took a right, then took another right, then left, and then right, and now finally she is in the west direction. So in the question they have asked, right? In the question they have asked which direction she was at the beginning. So the answer was nothing but option A, east. I first handedly assumed east and got final as west. Very good, and see. So if suppose if we'd have assumed north, then south, then west, then all the direction, after roaming in all the direction, we could have found that east is the correct answer. So basically in this question we had to trace back. Okay, friends, how is the classes? If the classes are good, then I request all of you to please share the videos with your friends, right? See, if you find the classes are good, if I am able to explain you properly, then I request all of you please do share these videos with your friends as well, so everyone will get benefited, right? So at least you are able to understand, right? You all are able to understand. Now if sunset, so now if sunset, so now if sunset it coded as TVO TFU. So this is again plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Then how flower will be coded as? Then how flower will be coded as? So plus 1. Plus 1 means F E F G L M O P W E F and R S. So G M P somewhere W, okay. So U V W X Y. So G M P X F S. G M P GMPXFS. So option B will become the correct answer for this particular question, right? These are easy problem. Now question number 13. Very good, Sonali. Okay. Now question number 13. So question number 13, let us see how many of you are able to solve. Okay, so now if we will try to see, looking at a photograph, Ria said, she is the only daughter of the only son of my grandfather has. Now first find it out. Only son of grandfather. So if your grandfather has two sons, suppose if your grandfather has two sons, son 1 and son 2, then one will be your father and another will be your uncle. Now if your grandfather has only one son, then he is nothing but your father. Okay, now, and now if your father has two daughter, daughter 1 and daughter 2, then one will be you and one will be your sister. But your father has only one daughter. So that is nothing but it's you, it's herself. So option C will become the correct answer. So this is how you have to figure it out. So you have to basically trace it, and then only you will be able to solve it. Clear? Okay. Now next question. So question number 14. So try this question number 14. Okay, now I think it is fine, right? So the live streaming is going on. Okay. Now, so the next question, six friends B, C, D, E, F, G are sitting around a circular table, right? Okay. So D, C, very good. So six friends are sitting around a circular table. So here we have a circular table and one, two, three, four, 5, 6. Okay. B is third to the right of C. So C I will put it here. So 1, 2, 3. So B will be third right. So 1, 2, 3. So B is sitting third to the right of C. E is opposite to D and left adjacent to B. So see, adjacent means what? So B has two places, one in the right and one in the left. So both are adjacent, okay? Now they are telling E is sitting left adjacent to B. So E will be sitting here, okay? And E is nothing but opposite to D. That is also fine. G is sitting between D and B. Who is remaining? F. Now they're asking which of the following pair sits adjacent to each other. So adjacent to each other is nothing but DC. So DC are nothing but adjacent to each other and sitting nearby. See F and B. F is here, B is there. No, they are not sitting. GE. G is here, E is here. No. BC. B is here, C is here. No. So these are not sitting together. Right? Okay. Clear. Next is friends. Can you please like the video, guys, if you think that whatever you are learning, so whatever I am teaching, okay, are you, if you are able to relate, if you are able to understand. Now next question, can you please answer? So we have 17, we have 23, we have 29, we have 31, we have 43, and we have 45. So can you tell me the answer? So can you tell me the answer? Yes, guys, come on. What is the answer? 37. Many people will give 37 as the answer, I know. What is the logic? And tell me the logic also. What is the logic? What is the logic for answer as 37? So what is the logic for answer as 37? Tell me the logic, guys. लॉजिक भी बता दो यार कि लॉजिक क्या है 37 हाउ इट इज कमिंग ओके 37 plus 6. So basically it is 6 here, difference 6, and then the difference is 2. So next will be the difference is 6, 6, and then 2. So 31 plus 6 is 37. Okay. 37 plus 6 is 43, and 43 plus 2 will be 45, right? So the logic, see, many people will think the logic might be a prime number logic, but 45 is not a prime number. So this is where you might get confused here, okay? So 45 is not a prime number. Now next they are telling if log is coded as KCOL, then clock will be coded as how? Then clock will be coded as how? Okay. It is very simple here, right? So this seems very simple here. There is no problem at all. Okay. So this K has come here. This L has gone there. So basically it is interchange. So last and first digits, alphabets has been interchanged. Then second and fourth and middle will be like this. So KCOLC. KCOLC. LC. So option D will be the correct answer. Okay. Next. Next is friends. So next if we'll try to see, then what is it? Okay. So in network security, okay, in network security, what does IDS stand for? So friends, this IDS, so IDS is intrusion detection system. See, one thing which I wanted to tell you, so in Accenture, the questions will be repeating, okay? The questions will repeat. The questions will repeat. So that's the reason I always tell you to solve the previous year question, the recent question of Accenture. And that's the reason if you'll see here, we are solving the questions which has been asked on 9th of May 2024. So an intrusion detection system is a network security tool that monitors network traffic and devices from unknown malicious activity, suspicious activity or security policy violation. So the answer will be intrusion detection system. Okay, fine. Now next. So in network security, okay, so it is repeated. Okay, no, so forget about this. So the question is basically, array yaar, what is happening? Okay, so just a minute. Okay, so the last question here is in network security, this you don't read. Okay, the question is, so process of the process of converting readable text, the process of converting readable text into unreadable characters, into unreadable characters. The process of converting readable text into unreadable characters for security reason is called as, so friends, it is called as encryption. So that, see, something like if the password will be suppose, if the password will be suppose Pratik sir, then what they will do, so they will encrypt like this with some symbols, okay, so that you will not be able to read this. Okay, so that is called encryption, and that readable text will be converted to unreadable characters, right? So sir, we want such more sessions. Yeah, definitely. I will try my best to provide you as much session as possible according to my time. I am bringing up the sessions, guys. Okay, and also you can consider getting this crash course. Okay, and already we have this, right. We have, just a minute, uh, batch 2024 exam group, telegram group. So I request all of you to please join. So if you go to any of our videos, right, and then you can see telegram group is there. So everyone, whoever are there, join this telegram group. So it is definitely going to help you a lot, right? And we will try to do as much session as possible. Thank you, take care, and all the very very best.
Hi everyone, welcome to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. In this video, we are going to solve some pseudocode questions that are recently asked in Accenture exam. Right, so let's begin with the video now. So let's move on to the very first question for today. So here we have A equals to 7 and B equals to 4. Just a minute. What's going on? Let me check from beginning. And it should be there. Okay. So let me take the pen again. Okay, all right. So we have A equals to 7 initially and B equals to 4. Right. Now there is a function, and in the function, A is passed as 7 and B is passed as 4. Right. So there we are declaring integer C. Now here we are setting C equals to A plus B. So what is the value of A? 7 plus 7 plus B is 4 plus 4. Right. So what it will become? 7, 7, 14 plus 8 will be 22. Right. So C is now 22. Okay. So now in the next line, we need to update the value of V, and V value will become C plus B. So what is the value of C? Is 22. So 22 plus 22 will be 44 plus B. That means 44 plus 8. So what it will become? 52. Right. So it is the value of V now. And here in line number 5, we need to update the value of A by taking V minus A. So what is the value of V? 52 minus A. So A was 7. So it will become 45, right? Yes. Now return A plus B. So A value is 45 now plus B. So V value was 52. So what it will become? It will become 97, and 97, option number 3 will be the correct answer for this question. I hope it is clear to you. Alright, so let's move on to the next question now. Okay, so here we have three integers PQR, just a minute. PQR and P value is 0. I'm writing here. P value is 0. Q value is 4 and R value is also 4, right? And there is a if condition and this is quite blurred, so I'm writing here. It is P XOR Q is less than R, right? In the if condition, this is written. And this is XOR. So it is a bitwise operator. Bitwise operator means we need to convert digits into binary first, then we will take the XOR of these. Right? So let's understand this. If P XOR Q, so what is the value of P? Is 0. XOR Q is 4, is less than R. R value is 4. So whenever we have to take the XOR of 0 with any value, so the answer will be that any value. So the answer will be 4. 4 is less than 4. So this condition is going to be false. The control will directly come here at line number 11 and it will print P plus Q plus R. That means 0 plus 4 plus 4. That means 8 it will print and 8 will be our final answer. Right. So if you don't have the idea about zeros or 4, how we are getting 4. So let me make you clear. According to 8421, because it is clear that if it is bitwise operator, so we need to convert them into binary. So we will convert 0, right? So first of all, we will convert 0. So for 0, it will be like 0 only. The code will be 0, 0, 0, 0. And for 4, it will become 1. Rest will be 0, 0. Right? So XOR operator works like if both of the operands value are same. That means 0, 0 or 1, 1. So in that case, it will return us 0. And if both of the operands are different value, it means 0 or 1 or 1 or 0. So in that case, the answer will be 1. Right. So as we can see here that 0, 0 means same value. So it will be 0, 0, 0, same value 0. So it will be 0 and it will become 1 because both are different and it will become 0. So what it is? It is nothing but 4, right? So 4 zeros or 4 will be 4. So rather than going for the long procedure, what you can do is if you have to take the XOR of any number with 0, so the answer will be that any number, right? You can remember it directly. So it will be 4. Now the condition is going to be false only. So the answer will be 8 as I have discussed already. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So the next question is here A value is 5 given and V value is 2. What's the problem with this? From current slide. Okay, so V value is 2. I'm writing here. Okay. Now there is a function and A is passed as here, B is passed here. There is a condition and I am writing the condition here because the picture is quite blur. So it is asking if A is greater than 0 and this is logical and B is greater than 0, right? So A value is 5 is greater than 0 and B value is 2 is greater than 0. So this is logical and so we need to check for both of the operands. If both of the operands are giving us 1 or we can say true or true value, so only that case it will going to be true because logical AND will work. Like suppose this is A, this is B and this is the output or we can say resultant. So if A is 0, B is 0, so the answer will be 0. If A is 1 but B is 0, so the answer will be 0. If A is 0, just a minute. If A is 0, V is 1, so again the answer will be 0. If both are 1, then only in that case the answer will be 1. This is how logical AND works, right? So here, first we will check 5 is greater than 0. Yes, it is. So it will give us 1 or true value. 2 is greater than 0. Yes, it is. So it will give us 1 or true value. So 1 and 1 will become 1 only. So the whole condition is going to be true. And we need to return. This is written as B plus and there is a function called A minus 2 comma B minus 1, right? So this thing will be written. Now let me clear this hotspots, then we will move forward. So what will return as the answer? So V value was 2, right? V value was 2. Plus, there is a function called A minus 2. What was the value of A? 5. 5 minus 2 will become 3 minus V minus 1. That means 2 minus 1 will become 1. So this is the recursive function call. And this is our complete output, right? So we need to make the function call for this function for changed parameter. That means this time A is 3 and V is 1. So again the call will goes here and it will check if A is greater than 0. So 3 is greater than 0. Yes. And again, right? V is greater than 0. So 1 is greater than 0 and 3 is greater than 0. Yes, again the condition will be true, right? So it will again return b plus function. So it will again return what it will return. So it will return this thing will remain as it is. Now this function will return this thing, right? B plus. That means this time b value is 1 plus again a function call for changed parameter. So 3 minus 2 will become 1, comma b minus 1, that means 1 minus 1 will become 0. Once again this function call will go here and it will check if A is greater than 0, yes, 1 is greater than 0 and 0 is greater than 0. No, this time the condition is going to be false. And if it is false, we will come here in the else part and this is A or B, right? A assign A or B. So what is the value of A here? 1 or 0. So again the answer will be 1 and we need to return A. That means we need to return 1. So 1 will be returned here. So 1 plus 1 will become 2, 2 plus 2 will become 4 and 4 will be the final answer, right? 4 will be the correct answer for option for question number 3. Okay, I hope it is clear. So let's move on to the next question now. So the next question is there are three integers a, b, c and the values are 4, 9, 9, right? And there is a condition if b and this time this end is bitwise end, right? b is 9 and C right shift operator 1. So C value is 9, right shift operator 1. So there is a short trick. As this is parenthesis, so first we need to solve this part. So there is a short trick to solve left shift operator and right shift operator. So if you have A left shift B, what's happening with this? I'm writing here, okay? If you have A left shift B, so the answer will be A into 2 raised to the power B. And if you have A right shift B, so in that case, the answer would be A upon 2 raised to the power B, right? So this is the right shift operator and this will work as A and this will work as B, right? So the answer will become 9 upon 2 raised to the power 1. That means 9 upon 2. That means 4.5. But as we are dealing with integers, so it will take it as 4 only. So the resultant of this will become 4. Now 9 and 4. So this is the bitwise operator. We need to convert them into binary. Then we will take the end of these. So what will be the code of 9 into binary? 8421. 8421 is nothing but this is a shortcut trick to convert any number into binary, right? How we can make 9? So 8 plus 1 will become 9, rest will be 0, 0. 4, 1, 0, 0 and rest are 0. Now we need to take AND. So again 1 and 0 will become 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Right? So the whole answer will become 0 only. So if it is 0, so we will come here because we are not going into the if part and directly we need to print A plus B plus C. So B and C are 9 and 9, that means 18 plus 4 will become 22. So 22 will be our final answer. I hope it is clear to you, right? Now, for getting the shortcut tricks and how we can solve pseudocodes quickly. So if you want, right, so we have a course. Just a minute, let me show you that we recently launched a course. This is Accenture crash course with 10 free mock series and the course price is 799 and this is the content part like till now there are 15 cognitive assessment videos, 55 verbal ability videos, pseudo codes video 22 videos plus 2 test coding videos 124 coding videos, then technical MC gives you 32 plus and 21 files will be shared. That means notes will be shared and 8 tests will be there. Then Accenture previous year questions. 12 videos we have only for previous year questions, and there are 10 test series, and there are live sessions as well. Live sessions are going on. 64 live sessions are already done, and the course is running, so you will get the live class daily, right? So this is what you can see, like in pseudo codes. I will tell you the pseudo codes. You can see first I have told the concepts, like how you can solve the pseudo codes quickly. Then these are the videos, and many of the videos are in the live class as well, right? So this is how, if you want to know more about this course, you can ask us in the comment section, or on the telegram group, right? And if you want to enroll this course, then I will attach the link in the description. You just have to head over to the link and you can buy from there, right? Okay, so let's come on to the questions now. Okay, so this is the next question, and let me take the pen. So A, B, C, there are three integers, and we have A equals to 0, B equals to 1, and C equals to 2, right? So A equals to 0, B equals to 1, C equals to 2. All right. So in line number third, what we need to do, we are checking V XOR C. So V is 1, XOR C, that means 2. Or this is logical or, right? A and B. So A is 0 and V is 1, or A right shift 1. So A is 0, right shift 1. Right? So or works like, if any of the operand is 1 or true, so the whole will be true. The resultant will be true only. Right? So if it is true, we will not go further, because we already find out that yes, it is true. So the whole condition is going to be true only. But if it is not true, then we need to check for further as well, because at least one should be true, right? Okay. So we will take ones or two. So again, we need to convert them into binary. So what will be the code of 1001, and for two 1010, right? So XOR operation work like if both of the operands are different. Here both are different, so it will give us 1. Here again both are different, so it will give us 1 and 0. Right? So what it is nothing but 3. Right? So 3, that means non-zero value. That means a true value. That means the whole condition will consider as true. We will come into the if part, and we have to update the value of C to 9 and A equals to B plus C. So V was 1, C was 9, right? This is the latest updated value, and it will become 10. Okay, now we will not go into the else part. We will come here. A plus B plus C. So A is 10, B is 1, and C is 9. So 10 and 10 will become 20, and 20 will be the correct answer for this question. I hope you got it. Right, so let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, there are four integers I, J, sum and n. We have assigned sum as 0 and n as 7. Now repeat for. So there is a for loop, and for loop will start from 1 this time and is less than 7, because n value is 7 only, and here I plus plus. Okay. Now sum assigns sum plus I into I. I am writing as I square, right? Now let's check. I value is 1. So 1 is less than equals to 7. Yes, the condition is true. We will come here in the for loop part. We'll update the value of sum as sum plus. So initially sum was 0 plus I square. So the current I value is 1. 1 square will be 1 only. So sum value is now 1. Again, the control will go here. I value will be incremented. So I is now 2. Right? 2 is less than equals to 7. Yes, the condition is true. We will come again into the for loop. Again, we need to update the value of sum. So sum equals to sum plus I into I. So the previous value of sum was 1. Now the current value of I is square. Right? So the current value of I is 2. 2 ka square will be 4 only. So it will become 5 now. Control will go here. I value will be 3 now. 3 is less than equals to 7. Yes, the condition is true. We will come again. So it will become sum plus I square, that means 3 square, that means 9. So it will become 14. Once again, the control will go here. I value will become 4. 4 is less than equals to 7. Yes, it is. We will come into the for loop again. So we'll update the value of sum as well. So 14 plus I square, that means 4 square, right? So it will become 16. So what it will become? 30. Again, I value is now 5. 5 is less than equals to 7. Yes, the condition is true. It will again update the value of sum to 30 plus. This time 5 square. That means 25. So it will become 55. Once again, I value will become 6. It will check for the condition. Once again the condition is true, we will come here in the for loop and we need to update the value of sum. I am updating here. So it will become 55 plus 36, right? So it will become 6 and 5 will 11 and it will become 4. So it will become 91, right? So now this time I value will become 7. This time the condition is true again and it will update the value of sum. So I am updating here. So it will become 91 plus 49. 7 sevens are 49. So it will become 9 and 1, 10. So it will become 9 and 5 will become 14. So 140, right? So 140 till now. Now I value will be incremented. I value is now 8. Again check for the condition. 8 is less than equals to 7. This time the condition is false. We will out of the loop. And at last we need to print sum. So at last the sum was 140 and 140 will be our final answer. I hope the question is clear to you, right? So let's move on to the next question now. Okay. So the next question is for I value equals to 140, we need to run this function. So initially 140 will pass here. We will check for the condition if I modulus 2 is not equals to 0. That means I value is an odd value. We can say, or we can say that it is not completely divided by 2. So 140 is not completely divided by 2. No, it is false. So we will come here in the else part and we need to return function under function I assign 1. That means we are assigning I as 1. So we will call as function 1. So this call will take place and it will go here again. It will check whether I is not, I modulus 2 is not equals to 0. So 1 modulus 2 is not equals to 0. Yes, this time the condition is true because 1 modulus 2 will become 1 only. So it will return 1, right? It will return I, so it will return 1. So again we need to call the function for this because the resultant of this is 1. That means it will take place. So function 1 will again take place. So same thing will happen. Again 1 will be returned and 1 will be our final answer. I hope you guessed it, right? So let's move on to the next question now. So the next question is we have integer a, b, c and a is 6, b is 84. Okay. Now here, just a minute. Okay. So first of all, while b is greater than 0, so 84 is greater than 0. Yes, the condition is true. We will update the value of v to v by 2. That means 84 by 2. So it will become 2 4 the 8, 2 2 the 4. Okay, so 42. So v value is now 42. A assign a plus 6. That means 6 plus 6 will become 12. And c assign a plus b. So a value is 12 plus b value is 42. So it will become 2 and 2 4, 4 and 1 5. Right? C is now 54. While c is greater than 40. So 54 is greater than 40. Yes, the condition is true. We will come into the if part. We will check for the condition. C mod 2 is equals to 0. So C 54 modulus 2 is equals to 0. Yes, because 54 is completely divided by 2. So yes, this condition is true. Just a minute. C modulus 2 is equals to 0. So print A. So 54 will be printed. All right. Print A. So A value is 6, right? A value is 6. So somewhere we have updated the value of A, na? Yes, here we have updated the value of A. So A value 12. So print 12. So it will print 12, right? From we will not go into else part again. From here it will go here again in the inner while loop only. So again it will check for the condition C is greater than 54. So C value is not still updated. So 54 is greater than 14. Yes, once again the condition is true. It will check. So same thing will happen. So again 12 will print, right? 12, 12. Then again it will repeat the procedure. So again 12 will be printed. So 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. It will be printed again and again, again and again. And it will be an infinite loop. So it will be the correct answer for this question. Right. So let's move on to the next question now. The next question is we have three integers ABC. We have a equals to 8, b equals to 6 and c equals to 4. If a is greater than b, so 8 is greater than 6. Yes, this condition is true. So here a assign b. That means a assign b. So b value is 6. 6 will be assigned to a. We will not go into the else part because we have already done with the if part. So next if is here. So if c is greater than v. So c is 4 is greater than v. So v is 6, 4 is not greater than 6. So we will come here into the else part and B assign C. So C value was 4. So now B is 4, right? And at end, we need to print A plus B plus C. So A is 6 now, B is 4 now, and C is 4 only, right? So it will become 4 and 4, 8, and 6 will be 14. So 14 will be the correct answer. Option number C will be the right answer for that question. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. The next question is A equals to 1 and B equals to 2. So there is a function. So A will come here and 2 is passed as here. Okay, now if A is less than 3, so 1 is less than 3, logical and B is less than 4. So 2 is less than 4. Yes, both of the conditions are true and true. So the whole condition will be true only, right? Return function. Okay, so there is a function called A plus 1. That means 1 plus 1, that means 2. B plus 1, that means 3, right? So we will run the same function for these parameters. So A is now 2, B is now 3. Okay. So once again, it will check for the condition if A is less than 3. So 2 is less than 3, yes. And this is the logical end. B is less than 4. So 3 is less than 4. Yes, once again the condition is true. It will return. So it will return function A plus 1. That means 3, comma 4, right? So this function call will again takes place. So it will check for the condition if A is less than 3. That means 3 is less than 3. And 4 is less than 4. So this time the condition is going to be false. We will come here in the else part, return A plus B. That means 3 plus 4. That means 7 will be returned. Right. So 7 will be returned. 7, option number 4 will be the correct answer for this question. I hope it makes sense. Let's move on to the next question now. Okay. So A is 2, B is 6, and here A is 2 is passed and B is 6 is passed, right? So if A is greater than 0, so 2 is greater than 0, yes, we will come here in the if part. So again, we need to check for a condition if B is greater than 0. So 6 is greater than 0, yes, the condition is true. We will return A plus B. That means 2 plus 6 plus there is a function called for A plus 1, that means 3, comma 0 plus function A plus 2, right? So function A value is 2, 2 plus 2 will become 4, comma 0 plus again a function call for 5, comma 0, right? 2 plus 3 will become 5, comma 0. So first we will make the function call for this. So this time A is 3, B is 0. So once again this function will call and it will check if A is greater than 0. So 3 is greater than 0. Yes, the condition is true. We will come here in the function if B is greater than 0. So this time 0 is greater than 0. This condition is false now. So we will out of the if part and we need to return A plus B. That means 3 will be returned from this function, right? 3 will be returned from this function. Now we will call for this function. So it will check if A is greater than 0. That means 4 is greater than 0. Yes, this condition is true. But the next condition, 0 is greater than 0, it will false. And it will, out of the if part, it will return A plus B. That means it will return 4 plus 0. That means 4. Same thing will happen that 5 is greater than 0. But 0 is not greater than 0. So it will return 5 plus 0 as 5. Right. So all sum. Let's take the sum. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 plus 6 is 20. So 20 will be the correct answer for this question. Option number D will be the right answer. All right. So let's move on to the next question now. Sorry. Now P is equals to 3, Q equals to 1 and R equals to 2. Is the if condition. And the condition is if P plus, that means 3 plus in parenthesis 2 and 2 and 2, right? 2 and 2 and 2. Logical end. Q. So Q value is 1 plus in parenthesis 3 and 3 and 3. Logical and R. R value is 2 plus 2 or 2 or 2. Right? So first we will solve these parentheses. So if, see, this is the bitwise end, right? So all these digits will be converted to binary. So what we will do, we will take it 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0 first, right? So the answer will be 0, 1, 0, right? So next 0, 1, 0 and 0, 1, 0. So it will become 2 only. So the answer of this will be 2, right? So 3 plus 2 and 1, right? So it will become 3 plus 2 is 5 and 1. So both of the values are non-zero. That means this will return as true value or 1 we can say. So true I'm writing. True. Right. Now this thing is remaining here. So plus again it will be 3 only. 3 logical and 2 plus 2s or 2. So 2s or 2 will be 0 because all the values will be 0 0, right? Let me make it here 0 1 0 0 1 0, right? So if both of the values are same, so it will be 0 0 0. So now once again we need to take it with 2. So 2 value will become this 0 1 0. So the whole answer will be 2 only, right? Now in logical and arithmetic operator, that means plus, whose priority is first? Obviously arithmetic operator. So it will become 4. So 3 and 4. Both are the non-zero values, so it will be true. So true and true will become true only, right? So true, we will come into the if part. So p equals to p minus 2. So p was 3, 3 minus 2 will become 1. Q assign p, so p value is now 1. So both value will become 1 and 1. Here p plus q plus r, so 1 plus 1 plus r value is 2. So it will become 4 and 4 will be our answer. So yeah, that's all for today from my side. I hope all the questions are clear to you. And if you want to enroll in this course, you can uh, head over to the link given in the description box, and from there you can buy this books, right? So yeah, thank you for watching. We will meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.
Hello everyone and welcome to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. So in this video, we are going to have the Accenture July coding question. Okay. So as you can see on my screen, the very first question is being displayed, okay, which is asked in Accenture July 2024 examination. Okay. So let's see the question. Let's try to understand the problem statement very first and then try to solve it. Okay. So you can see the problem statement will be written like it is named as BMI category. Okay. And the problem statement said that a person's body mass index is simple calculation based on the height and weight that classifies the person as underweight, overweight, or normal. Okay. So the problem, very first line, when we see, we understood that it is written some statement that a person's body mass index, actually BMI full form is body mass index. So it is said a person BMI or person's body mass index is just a simple calculation based on two factors, which is height and weight, that classifies that the person is overweight, underweight, okay, or normal. Okay, so this is the term that is given to us, the definition of BMI. Now they says further that the formula of the metric unit is, okay, now what is actually how we calculate, what is the formula to calculate the BMI using the parameter weight and height. So the formula said, you can see here, BMI is equal to weight in kilograms. So the unit of weight is in kg and the height in meters. So the unit of height is in meters. Okay, the formula is BMI. You can say the weight upon the height. Unit is also mentioned, weight is on kg, height square, sorry, weight upon height square, and unit is meter. So this is the actual formula through which we can calculate BMI of any person. Okay, now what is our task? So you are given an integer weight and a floating point number height. So we have been given an integer of weight and a floating point number height. Okay, so the data type of weight is actually an integer and height should be in floating point number. That means someone height is 6.8, sorry, 6.8 is very large, 5.8, 6.2, or whatsoever will be the height. It is actually depicted here in the form of floating point number, and the weight is obviously in the integer format. Now these two are the input that we have to take. Now what is we have to calculate? So calculate the BMI of the person. So we have to calculate the BMI of the person based on the data and print the person BMI category as per given rule. And then we have to suggest that in which category actually this person lies, and how we will decide using the following rule. The following rule you can see, these are the rules. If the BMI, sorry, not BM, it is BMI. If BMI of the person comes to be less than 18, then we print 0. If BMI of the person is in between 18 and it will be greater than or equal to 18, and it will be less than 25, it would be 1. In the same way, you can see the category has been defined, every category. If it is in between 25 and lesser than 30, then we will print 2. 30 to 40, we will print 3, and otherwise if it is greater than or equal to 40, we will print 4. So in this way we can define that the person lies in which category. So very simple problem, just we have to calculate the BMI of each person based on their weight and height using the formula of the BMI, and then we just have to decide that in which category he lies, and that is what we have to print. Now something is being mentioned to us in the note, that the unit of weight is always in the kilogram, so we do not have to worry about anything. Whatever we will take as input in the weight, that would always in the kilogram. Then he says the unit of the height is always in meter. This is also been clear. Then we have to compute the BMI, the overall value, that resultant value that we got, we have to get it into the floating point. Okay, so the resultant value would be in the floating point data type. Okay, the variable which will store the resultant will be floating point. Okay, so this is the meaning that we have to consider while we are solving this problem. Now the input format is already been discussed. Okay, the two line, the very first line, the first input is the weight, and the second input is the height. Okay, so that thing we have to take in mind. The output format will be the single integer, okay, the person BMI category. As you can see, there are 4 or 5 category: 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the 5 category, and every person's BMI should lie in any of one of the following category. Whichever category he lies, we have to just print that particular number. Okay, so that would be our output format. Now if you look at the constraint is that the weight will be greater than 0, and it will be less than 10 to the power 9. That means it means always in the range of the integer, and the height is from the 0 to 10. Okay, so these are the constraint of the weight and height that we are taking as an input. Okay, so let's take an example test case and let's try to understand it a bit clearly. Okay, I think already you have understood, but let's for the clarification. So the input, the very first input is what? Weight. So weight is actually 42, and the height is what? 1.54. Okay. So this is one person data. Now what will be its BMI? So BMI formula would be weight upon height square. So what is it? Weight 42 upon height is 1.54 into 1.54. Now, if you calculate is something, it will come approximately something 17 point, I think 7. It would become approximately like this. So it will lie in this range only. So this is our resultant BMI that we have calculated. Now, what will be its range? Let's calculate from here. So he will lie in the very first range where BMI is less than 18. And currently my BMI for this person is coming as around 17.7 or something. So what will be his category? His category is 0. So what we have to return? We have to return 0. In the same way, you can choose for the next person. Okay, if you take out the variable value of 62 upon 1.52 multiplied by 1.52, then you got some of the result, and according to the BMI, whatever you got, you can calculate it in your calculator also. The resultant output you got as 2. Okay, because that means its BMI should lie in the range of 25 to 30. That's why the output is coming as 2. Okay, so I think now this thing are clear to you, that how these things are happening. Okay, so okay, if these things are clear, let's go and see it. Okay, how to do it? So simple enough. We just take the input of weight, we just take the input of height, and then we calculate the BMI. BMI formula would be nothing but weight divided by height multiplied by height. Okay, and then we just calculate using the if else condition, that if it is lie in this range, we have to print this. If it is lie in this range, then we have to print this. Simple if else condition would be there. So I would say it is a pretty easy question, and it is the very first question in the Accenture. In Accenture, generally 2 questions have been asked. So the second question we will discuss after the coding of this problem. Okay, so the very first question would be easier. Generally, the Accenture follows the trend that they will give you 45 minutes. I think those who are preparing for Accenture examination already know this. So the first question like this would be a easier question if you know how to solve any new question, how to frame the question into your code, then these question can be solved within 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, easily. Within 5 minutes also it can be solved, or you can take at 10 minutes for a bit uh, in generalized view, I would say. So that the remaining of the 30 to 35 minutes you have given to invest on the next question, which would be slightly, you can say, difficult than these question that we are also going to see. Okay, so let's code it. Okay, let's go and code it quickly. So include bits. Okay. Uh, int. Okay, wait a minute. Int main, and now what we are going to do? Let's take the input. So the weight data type will be integer. So let's take weight as an input also, and the data type of the, what I would say, height will be float. Okay, so let's take that also as input. And after that, after taking both of them as input, let's create a float BMI. And in that, let's write the formula to calculate the BMI. The formula would be nothing but, sorry, weight divided by height multiplied by height, just height square. Okay, the same thing would be written as a code like this. So now the resultant BMI would be available in this BMI variable that we have created here. Now just we have to check within the condition that if their BMI is less than, what is the case? If it is less than 18, then what we have to do? Then we will print 0. Okay, and okay now. Then other case would be what? Otherwise, else if it is not, uh, sorry, not 10, but 18. If it is not lesser than 18, otherwise the next category would be if, let's assume your BMI is greater than or equal to 18, sorry, 18, but it is also should be less than 25. No? Then what we have to do in that case, sorry, we have to print 1. Okay. Now the next case would be if it is also not qualified, then we are going to check that if BMI is greater than or equal to 25, but sorry, why I'm writing 25, but if my BMI is lesser than 30, then I will go to the category 3, sorry, 2. See out 2 and end line. Clear. And the next case would be that if my BMI is greater than or equal to 30, but it is less than, you would say 40, then I would print 3. That means it belongs to now the category number 3. Otherwise, if all of them are not true, then I will just go to the last case, the else case. That means if it is greater than 40, then I will just print the category number 4 in that case. Okay. So this is the complete code, I think. Now let me run it and let's check whether it is giving me the correct answer or not. So for the very first problem, the input is 42 and 1.54. 42 and 1.54. We are hoping to category to be 0. It is coming. Great. Now let's check the another input also, 62 and 1.52. In that case, we are hoping the category to be 62 and 1.52. Sorry, 1.52. The category will be true. So you can see this is the complete code for the very first question. It is actually a easy code. Okay, just the formulation you have to write, whatever given in the instruction, just follow that. You are easily going to get your answers. Okay, so this is all about this particular code. Now I'm not going to, since I have coded it here in the C++, I think there is no need to show you the code in the Java for the same, because in Java, the difference is only in this, how to take the input. And I think if you code in Java, you do already know how to take the input of weight and height. Otherwise, everything would be the same. Just you have to change this part, okay, how to take the input part. Otherwise, the logic part will be the same in the C++ and the Java. The if function will behave same. The C out is to print, the sin is to take input in the C++, if you not know about C++. If you know any other language, just convert it to that language. I think I have explained you the logic. That's why I'm not going to waste my time onto that, because now the next question that we are going to discuss is actually a very good question. In this question, we are going to discuss the brute force approach also. And then after that, we are going to learn that also, because why brute force will not work here in that particular problem. And then we are going to see the optimized approach also. Okay. So let's be with me till the end of this video. You are going to learn a lot. Okay. This is a very good problem, I would say. So you can see the problem is the named as hours count. Okay. So what is the problem statement? Let's see it first. So the problem statement is says as follows, that given an array A, the name of the array is A, and the size of the array is n, where AI represent minutes. That means each element of the array will represent minutes. Okay. So remember that till now. Now what we have to do, we have to count the numbers of the pairs whose sum represent any full hour. Okay. So we have to just count the number of pair. Pairs means two value come together whose sum, when we sum the two values in the array, two elements in the array, if their sum comes to be any full hour, if their sums comes to be, then we would say, okay, this is a valid pair that we can take up. We are going to discuss that also in detail. Now, as the count can be very large, so there is a very important thing that we have to know. He says the count can be very large. So print the count modulo 10 to the power, uh, you can see here, count modulo 10 to the power 9 plus 7. So it is actually the highest range of the integer. So that means when we take any modulo with any number, then whatever its value comes to be, it will always be lesser than that particular value. This is the features of the modulo, because modulo will give you remainder. So remainder is always smaller than the divider. So since here the divider is 10 to the power 9 plus 7, which is the highest range of integer, okay? So that means why we are taking modulo. So whenever whatever will our answer will come at any case, we just have to keep our answer in the range of the integer. That's why we are taking this modulo with the highest range, okay? So that's why it is saying, because the answer can be very, very large. So if we take integer to store our answer, sometime that may happen that integer would overflow. The value which we get as our answer in some of the test cases will not hold up in the integer variable. So to do that, what we have to do, we have to make him in that range. And that's why we are taking it modulo with the 10 to the power 9 plus 7. Okay. Or it is also said to be, you can say 1090, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I think it is the same. Okay. Okay. So this is the property, I would say. Okay. Why it is not erasing? Okay. We will see that after. But for now, so if no such pair can be formed, then we have to print no pair. So let's say if there is no valid pair that can be formed as our answer, then what we have to say? We have to say, okay, we cannot form any pair, so no pairs could be our answer. Okay. So this is the thing that you have to understood in this problem. So I think you have understood what the problem statement wants to tell us. We have been given an array, the size of the array, each element will represent a minute value. We have to count the number of pairs whose sum would come as a whole R. Okay, how we consider minute sum would be a whole R divided by 60. If it is completely divisible, it will be a whole R, that we are going to discuss also. Now, what is note? So note is saying that if n is equal to 1, then no pair can be formed. Okay. If n is only one value you have, so how we will form the pair? Obviously, na common logic. So this is the logic. Sorry. Now, the question is how we will try to solve it. What will be our logic? So you can see the input format. The input format is like this. The very first line would be n, which is the size of the array. Okay. And the second line will be obviously the element of that particular array, an element that is present in that particular array, which each element will represent a minute value. Now, the very important thing, output. what will be our output? So always print our output by taking 10 modulo by 10 to the power 9 plus 7. Or otherwise, if there will be no output, you have to print no R's. Why we are taking modulo with 10 to the power 9 plus 7? I have discussed this previously in this video in detailed manner, so I'm not going to discuss it again. Okay, you can see the constraint. Now the term come, very important term. Always look for the constraint in the problem. Now you can see the constraint. We are going to discuss it after we discuss brute force also. The constraint say the value of n would be greater than or equal to 1 and it will go to the range 10 to the power 5. So the maximum size of the array could be 10 to the power 5. Remember it. And also the next thing you have to remember, the value of AI would be a you would say AI means the minutes value at each position could be in the range of 0 to you look at here, would be in the range of 0 to 10 to the power 9. So let's say any minute value present in the array could be lesser than 10 to the power 9. That means 10 to the power just smaller than 10 to the power 9. So this large also could be a minute value could be. Okay. So you have to remember these things. Okay. Now let's understand the example test case. Then we again go back to that while we are going to solve them. So the example test case says 4 and 1, 5, 9 and 3, 3, 0. Clear now? So we have input as 4 and the 4-minute value is 1, 59, 30 and 30. That means we have 4 minutes. That means 1 minute, 59 minute, 30 minute and 30 minute. Now we have to form pairs with these 4 values so that ultimately we got the sum of the pairs is equal to a full R. Now let's understand. So let's take one with pair with everyone. So when we take one pair with 59, what is the minute value we can got? 60. It is a full R? Yes, it is a full R. It is equal to 1 R. Understood now? Because when you divide the minute by 60, if it is completely divisible, then it is a full R. 60 minute, 120 minute, 180 minute. These are the full R's because it is fully divisible by 60. Now let's take it with another value, 1 to 30, 31. Can we take it as a full R? No, it is not a full R. Again, take 1 with 30 because there is another 30 value also. Again, 31. Can it is a full R? No. So these are the pair. Can any other pair we can form? Yes. With 59, can we take with 1? No. One we already we have taken. So 59 to 30. It could be around 69. 89. Not 69, 89. No, 50, 30. Yes. Can it will be full R? No. And 59, 30 again for the next 30 value. 89, can we take it as? No. Again, from 30. 30 to 30. Let's go. 30 to 30. Can we go 60? Can it is a full R? Yes, it is a full R. Okay. So we have two full R's. We have two valid pair which will comes to us, gives us as a sum of full R. That's why the output will be 2. So among all the formation of the pair that we can form within this array, only two formation, 1 and 30 and 30, sorry, 1 and 59 and 30 and 30 pair will give us as a total sum of minutes as a full R. So this is what our requirement is in this particular problem. Okay. So now since you have understood that what is actually the problem statements, now the one thing just I want your attention on the currently on this, the second constraint, that the value of A could be 10 to the power 8 also. It could be 10 to the power 8. If it is less than 10 to the power 9, then it could be 10 to the power 8. That means 9 times 8, it could be a possible value, no? 10 to the power 8, it is the equal value. It is less than 10 to the power 9. But let's say if we have to sum of two very large value, and then we are going to check, because how we are going to check the minute of the first pair, the minute of the second pair, we add them up and then we divide it by 60. And if we check if it is completely divisible by 60, then we could say the brute force logic that we are applying here. Then we could say, okay, so now we could say this is a valid pair. But again, if we sum two very large value, two minutes value, and if it then divide it by 60, if it is not completely divisible, then we could say it is not divisible by 60. Clear no? But the problem will happen when there are two very large value when we take as input. For this problem, there will be no problem. But if you look at the constraint, there could be any large value that is given to us in the hidden test case. So if we write the simple code, then it would not pass up. So to pass that hidden test cases, we have to look on the constraint. So what we are going to do, we need to think that what we will do so that the total summation at the end we got at for the very large value also, that is not so large. So for that, we can contain them in the range of 60. What I am telling you, 80 minute or 20 minute, would they could take any difference, or 140 minute? Can, if all of them would be added to any x number, okay, let's say, okay, what I'm telling you, let's say this x will be 40, no, 40, 40, 40. Let's add them with 40, 40, 40. What is the value you can get? 180. What the value you can get here? 120. What the value you can get here? 60. So you can get full R in all of the cases. With 140 also, with 180 also, and with 20 also. That means if you convert 80 into 20, if you convert 80 into 20, there is no harm. So if you have a number as a minute greater than 60, just take it below 60. Just take it below 60. How you can take it below 60? I've told you na, Anish, earlier on this problem, I've told you the approach. Take the modulo with 60. For the every element value in the array, take it modulo with 60 so that it can comes in the range of 0 to 59. That means it cannot have, it cannot change your answer. I've told you in the previous example, whether you can add 140 with the 40 or 20. If you change, take it by modulo 60. Okay, let me say it. 140 modulo 60, it is 20, obviously. And again, if you add it by 40, or if directly you add 140 by plus 40, the value can go difference. Obviously, the value you get, total value you get different, but you do not need of total value. You just need to check whether this will, the sum of them will give us a full R or not. Yes, it is giving you a full R in the case of previous also, in the case of now also. But what will be the benefit of taking every element by modulo 60? It will not cause us any problem when there will be, say, very too large number is being added, so that there is no case to overflow, because integer overflow can happen. Okay, and to handle that, we again have to use the long, another thing would happen also. But always remember to look for the constraint. So in this way, taking the modulo operator, just we can handle, erase that problem. So for the very first constraint, whatever will be our problem is now being erased. So now let's go to the problem solution. What could be our solution on this way? So the solution is simple. If we look at this example, find all the possible pairs and check for the valid pair. Check for the valid pair. Clear now? Find all possible pair and check for the valid pair. How to find all possible pairs? The all possible pair you can simply find using the for loop. Start the for loop. First will be from starting from 0 going till less than n minus 1, obviously, because the last value cannot form any pair. And the next would be the j. J will start from, I would say, I plus 1, and j will go less than n and j plus plus. And now what you are going to do is just to check that whether the array of I modulo 60, why I'm taking modulo 60, I've explained you, plus array of j modulo 60, okay, is equal, no, and then take the modulo 60, or whatever will be the overall sum, take the modulo 60 with them. And if the total value will equal to 0, then it is a valid sum, so count will be incremented. Otherwise, the count will not be incremented. So this is just checking for the valid pair. I think you have understood the same thing. This logic is just be written in the code format. So let's go and write the code for this particular problem. And then, okay, I will show you the Java code for the same brute force solution also. And then we will look for the other approach, and I will also discuss why this will not work 100%. It will all it will pass some of the test case. Let's say 60%, 70% test case will be passed, obviously, but all the test case will not be passed. I will discuss that also here. But let's first write the code to check that whether it is the correct code or not. Okay, so let's go it. Okay, and now the input will be what? The input is like, first will be the size of the array, int n, and then sim n, then the array, cool, and then element of the array will be taken. Okay, take input of I, and okay, now everything is being taken as input. Now the task is just to create an answer variable which will contain all of the answer. And do not forget, take always our answer with modulo with 10 to the power the mod value. Okay, 10 to the power 9 plus 7. Okay, that is being discussed in the problem statement. Understood now? Always good. Good to know that. Uh, okay, what is our task here now? So, okay, let's create also that int mod, and it could be nothing but I will say the 10 to the power 10 e9 plus 7. It is just way to write 10 e means power 10 to the power 9 plus 7. Okay, and now what we are going to do, uh, we have to write a for loop. Anything I'm missing? Let's write a for loop. Int I is equal to 0, I is less than n minus 1, and I plus plus, and then again for int j is equal to I plus 1, j is less than n, and j plus plus. Okay, now we are going to check every pair starting with that particular index I, and then we are going to take the sum of it also. So int temp will have array of I modulo 60, to take it in that range, plus array of j modulo 60. Now the sum is being there. Now just have to check whether it is a full R or not. How to check? Okay, simple, no? If the temp modulo 60 will give you a value equal to 0, that means it is completely divisible. That means this is a valid pair. Increments are not a count, but the answer plus plus. And then also do answer equal to answer modulo mod. Why it is so? It is being explained to you, know, to just keep our answer in the particular range. Okay. So now if it is so, now so this will be done for all of the pairs, and at the end we have our answers. We just have to print the answer. Okay. So now let's run it. Okay, no. Okay, so now the test case would be like, we have to see 4 do the size, and the element will be 159 at 30, sorry, 30 and 30. Let's see the two outputs coming as correct as we need it. Okay, so this is the code. This is the brute force code. Now, before going to show you the Java code for the same problem, just one announcement I want to make you guys. Okay, since you are watching this video on the YouTube channel of the online study for you, if you really like this video, please comment down. Okay, uh, this will always motivate us. If you have any queries, you want something from us, you can also comment down that. Please like the video, because all the efforts, this will just help us to encourage us to make more such content, okay, for you guys. And subscribe the channel, obviously, if you haven't yet. But the very important announcement that I want to make with you guys, you can see on my screen, since the Accenture exam is going to happen, the hiring of Accenture is currently going on with a very, you can say, vast process of Accenture hiring is going on, and you have a very good opportunity if you are applying for this Accenture examination. Then we online study for you have bring you a very good opportunity to prepare for this examination. You can see on my screen we have bring you the Accenture crash course. Okay, now what you get in this crash course, what is the difference thing that you get in this crash course, particular crash course? If you observe here, let me go to the content part first. Okay, so if you can see on the content, okay. Okay, now it is visible. So the content you can see all the videos lecture, Accenture 24 question and solution like this question I am recording on YouTube, but there are many other examination and many other shifts of Accenture examination already been happened, and that all the thing present here in this video. You can see 11 videos, 8 files. You can see the previous recorded video on each of the topics that is being asked in the Accenture. You can see pseudo code 22 videos. All the topics is covered in detail, coding videos. All the thing is being covered by very professional teachers. Okay, and on the top of that, you also get a facility to of a live class till your exam will happen. You get daily live class from our end where you can ask your daily queries, doubts, and all the thing, many other thing is also been discussed in the live classes. Okay, the live class has its own benefit. You can also see that we also give you 10 free mock test series, with which you can analyze your preparation, that how well you are prepared currently and in which topic you have to do a bit more, you can say, hard work. Okay, so this thing you can check out. You can find the link in the description. You can see the price is also very less. 799 is nothing for you if you are preparing for any placement examination. Okay, so go and check out this course one. You are not going to regret it. That is for sure. Okay, so now since you have seen the code, okay, let me show you the Java code once. So you can see the Java code for the same problem on my screen only. Okay, so the same problem, just a syntactical difference would be there. So you can see the Java scheme by pausing the screen if you like the Java code. Otherwise, C++ code I have already been coded with you guys. Now, so this is the brute force approach. But what I have told you in the beginning that this approach will not work or will not pass 100% of your code, because if you look at the constraint, the very first constraint, it will say the n will lie in the range of 1 to 10 to the power 5. That means the maximum value of n would be 10 to the power 5. That means the size of n would be 10 to the power 5. Now, if you observe what will be the time complexity of this code, since the nested loop is being going on, and you can say n time it will run, and n time it will also run, and in the nested position, n into n will become n square. That means the time complexity for this problem would be n square, or big O of n square, I would say. Not n square, big O of n square. So at the worst case, with the largest site possible, it would go to 10 to the power 5 square. That means 10 to the power 10. Can it will run in the compiler within 1 second? No, because I have told you in compiler in 1 second, generally you can run the code in between 10 to the power 7 to 10 to the power 8. But you can see here for this time complexity code, at the worst case, when the size would be 10 to the power 5, the we have to go for 10 to the power 10 operation, but it will not be possible in 1 second in a compiler. So it will give you TLE for some of the test cases where the size, database size or input size will be so large. Okay, so what will be the solution for that? For that, we have to optimize this code. Okay, so how we will optimize? So can we do it? Yes, we can do it. Obviously, we can do it. So how we will do it? Just look at one approach. The approach that I'm applying here, that okay, uh, do I have to check for all of the pairs? So if anyone asks you, do you have to check for all of the pairs? So you would say him, no, I do not have to check for all of the pairs one by one each time. So what will be the solution? So the solution is same. Okay, you can see what the solution we are applying. We want to find the sum of the pair. Let's say the pair would be A plus B. And the total sum we want as something like C. Let's see. We know what is this C. Okay, we know it is a full R. That means whatever it number could be, it should be completely divisible by 60. That is one thing we know. Okay, we know this. Now, what we needed? What we needed? If we know A, We already know C. So can we know B? Yes, we can know B. How we can know B? If we just subtract C by A, we get to know B. If we just subtract C by A, we get to know B. What is C? C is just 60. Why I am telling you C is just 60? Because I've told you how to manage A so that it will always lie in the range of 0 to 59. That means you always get the value as 60 as a complete R. Okay, that thing I have discussed with you now earlier on. So what will be the case? So I have told you that always the number that you need should be in the range, should be in the range of 60. Na? Clear? So that means the value of C is 60. If we know what is A is the current value on which we are on the array. So how to find V? If we get to know we already have B or not, okay, na? I've told you in a array you have pointing on A, you know where what you need C, which is 60. So if you get to know whether 60 minus A is already been present earlier or not, if it is present earlier, then what is the count that how many times actually it is present? How many, let's say 60 minus A is present 2 times previously on the array. So how many pairs we can form it with A? Obviously, no. 60 minus A is actually B. So if B is present 2 times, we have A. So how many pairs we can present? AB and AB. 2 pairs. Two different value with B. We can pair A. There are the 2 pairs that we can form. So we just need to store somewhere that or check that we are pointing on A. We know C whether B is already present or not. And B's formula is simply 60 minus A because C value is 60. We get to know that. So how we will do, let's see this example test case, okay? 159, the same example, 159, 30 and 30. Can we go down? No? Okay, don't have to worry, go here. So 159, 30 and 30. Clear? So now since we are pointing at this, clear, certainly for the very first value, we do not have any value. We do not have any value yet. Let's say in the map, we will store the previous value so that we can check whether B is present there or not. So this is A. We know what is C. Okay. So we check. C is 60. So whether 60 minus 1 is present or not. 59. Okay. 59 is currently not present. Okay. Do not have to worry. What I will do, I will insert A and count of A would be 1. In the map, in the key value pair, the key will be the unique element and value will be its current corresponding count. Okay, in this way we can do this. Now when we are A point to 59, look at the problem. When our A point to 59, now again we will check whether 60 minus 59, which is 1, is present. Yes, it is present. Then how many it is present? Actually, it is present only 1. So how many pair we can form? Obviously 1 pair, no? Because 1 value and 1 value could pair only 1 value. So yes, B is already present. We are pointing on A. We know what we have to get. We just have to check whether B is present or not. Yes, B is present. So we can make a pair. So we can make a pair. So count is, answer is currently 1. Clear? We point to 30. Oh, before pointing to 30, let's move 59 as 1. So that for the next values, if there are any, we could get to know, okay, that is already present or not. Let's do it once more. Let's make it again a 30. Okay, let's try to understand it. So 30. So for now, this 30, what is going to happen? 30 minus 30, I will check. 30 minus 60 minus 30. What the value 30? Can 30 is present? No, 30 is not present. There is no value present right now for this pair A to make a pair. Nothing to worry. 30 goes with 1. Go with this. Now it is A. So now again we check 60 minus 30, which is 30. It is already present. Yes, it is present. How many count? 1 count. That means we could form 1 others. There are now two pair we can form. But since we have another value we have added to just check. But before that, we just have to add 30 to the map. So 30 is already present in the map and its corresponding value is 1. So we have to increment it to 2. Clear enough? Now the 30 is pointing to the last value. Again, check 60 minus 30. Whether B is present, which is value 30. Yes, it is present. How many are the count? 2 counts are there. So how many pair you can form? So 2 30s are already present here. So how many pair you can form with this 30? 2 pairs, one with this, one with this. So just add whatever we have here. So total how many pair? Total 4 pair would be our answer. That will give us the correct output as the answer. So this is the logic that we are going to implement here. And you can see here, we're just running each time. So only big of and times. We are just running each time on this. And just we are checking each element one by one, whether it is present in the map or not. If it is present, then how many count it is present. If it is not so, then do not have to worry. You cannot form any pair. But before moving to the next, just add that particular value, current A value to the map so that it can be in the future a B to the next A value, because A is changing. A is pointing to each element one by one, and it is checking corresponding beat in the map. So B is present in the map, A you are checking here, and C you know. So in this way, only in one iteration you can solve this problem. So now this is the problem, which this is the way, this is the approach which would pass your all other test cases. I hope you know what is the logic we have implemented. This is the mathematical logic. A plus B equal to C. So if you know A, you know C, how to find B. This is the logic which is being implemented here. Now, how this will be implemented, let's code it and let's try to understand. Okay, so let's come here. This is the code. Okay, the input will be the same. Answer will be the same. Okay, the mod again I have to write now. Int mod, because mod is required here also. Okay, 10 to the power 10 E9 plus. Now, all this thing, the mod, how mod will work, how the model operator will work, how the map will work internally, all the thing has been discussed in the course. So if you check out the Accenture course, there you will also find the coding videos. Many coding videos is being there. You can see, if I again show you 124 coding videos. So in these coding video, all this concept is being discussed, okay, in detail manner. So now what I'm going to do, I just have to create a map. In C++, I can create another map, and then int comma int, and then mp, name of the map. Okay, the key value pair will be stored in that map. Now what I will do, uh, I will just run a for loop, int I equal to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus. Okay, one more thing, I think when we take answer, okay, let's do it. What I have told you, x is, so let's say A, since we have discussed in ABC form. So let's say A would be what? So A would be array of I modulo 60. Why I'm taking modulo 60, you already know. I've discussed this earlier. Now, what will be our B? B will be C. C will be 60 minus A. Clear? This is B. So now since we got what is our B, what is our required B, so that we can form a pair, because we need total sum as to be 60. So if A is 40, so what would we be? 20. So we just have to check whether we have B or not. How we will check? We just have to check in the map that whether in the map we find B or not. So for that we have to write the function find in the B. Okay. Or in Java, you can write the same function as contains key. Okay. Find B, if it is not equal to mp.end, that means we found B. Now, since we have found B, so what is the count of the B that we have found here? So let's say the count will be mp of B, that will give us the count of that particular B value in the map, because that would be our answer. That is the number of pair that we can form it with the A, because A is 1. So there is the number of pair, count of number of pair will only depend upon B. If there are 2B, we can form 2 pairs, 3B, 3 pairs, 4B, 4 pairs. You can see though. Okay. So we got the count of how many pairs we can form, and this is a valid pair. So what we are going to do just now, just in the answer, add the count and take the modulo with mod. Okay, modulo, so that it will, our answer will always lie in that particular range. Okay. Okay, see you and no, not count. Okay, now everything is fine, but before going to the next A, just update this A count by 1. So if it is A is already present in the map, so it value is incremented by 1. If it is not, then its default value will be 0 when it is being assigned, and when plus plus would happen, its value will become 1. Okay, so this is the implementation of the map in C++. I have discussed that in detail in the previous video. Okay, You can also find the videos on the YouTube also. Okay. But now this is the code. Okay. At the end, we have our answer. And let's run this. You can see I'm getting the correct answer as it is follow. Let's take the another example. 1, 59, 30, 30 and 30 that we have taken as example. You can see we got the answer as 40. So this is a C++ code. Now let me show you the Java code once also. So now if you can see the Java code on my screen, okay, the same problem, you can see the same thing would happen. Same thing. The map is declared as hash map in the Java. Other thing would be same, say same A, same B. Just have to check whether it contains. In C++, the function would be find. Here in Java, it would be only contains key. So if map contains the key of B, then get the count and then add it to our answer. And at the end, update into the map. So in C++, the updation is simple in the map, but here just have we are updating it. We are putting A, and along with that, if its value is 0, then we increment it by 1. Otherwise, if its value is already present, then increment it by 1 that. Okay. This is being done here, just a value updation, and at the end we just print the value of answer here. So this is the complete C++ and Java code for the problem that we have discussed. So this problem we have discussed the brute force approach also, and then we have also discussed why it is not work, why it will not work completely. It will work 60 to 70% test case would pass. So I recommend you, even if you do not know the complete optimize code of the problem, do not get it hesitant. What you know, please write that first and then try to optimize it if you're not getting the idea that quickly, because in the examination we have limited time. So always I recommend you think of an optimized approach, but if you're not able to think that quickly, then go for the brute force approach, because brute force will pass some of the test case. So it is good to have 50% marks rather than 0 marks, okay, because these marks matter so much in your selection in the Accenture examination. So I think you got an idea that what kind of problem and how to solve the new kind of problem. And at the end, I would like to request you again to go and check out this course once. Okay, at least write this course. You will find the link in the description. And also, if you really like this video, please like down, comment down, whatever will be your comments on it. Okay, what if you have any doubt, you can also comment down. And please like, subscribe, and share with your friend. If there is any friend you know who are also preparing for the same examination, share this video with them also, so that it can help them out also. So that's all from my side. Thank you. We're going to meet in some other videos.